this meeting to order. Mr. Wilson, can I get a, sorry, Mr. Steve, can I get the invocation, pledge of allegiance?
Please stand. As we gather today to take this opportunity to conduct the county's business, let's be considerate of everyone's ideas, and may everyone travel home safely. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, Mr. Wilson, if we can get a roll call.
Yes. Daryl Jeter, District 1.
Here.
Michelle Glover, District 2.
Here.
Eddie Skeen, District 3.
Here.
Michael Bricky, District 4.
Here.
Danny Castile, District 5. Here. Chris Manus, District 6.
Here.
And Stephanie Addington at large.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Awesome. Has everyone had a chance to look over the agenda? Are there any additions to the agenda or anything that we need to take off?
Mr. Chairman, I have one addition to add the Commissioner of Revenue and the Treasurer to the agenda. I guess I would recommend that under item 14, County Department Report. We want to do that first, I guess.
Okay. Do I have a motion to add the treasurer and the commissioner to 14C?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that. It's gonna be the first one, right?
Well, we can do C. That works just fine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
C works fine if we want to do it.
Okay.
We'll just keep it brief.
All right. All right. Everybody vote by way of saying aye. Opposed? All right, motion carries. Do I have a motion for the approval of the agenda with the addition?
You don't need to.
I don't
You're
need to.
approving it with that change.
Thank you, Sal. All right, has everyone had a chance to look over the minutes for the last meeting? Are there any additions, subtractions, anything like that? Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Michelle makes the motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Stephanie seconds. All in favor, vote by way of saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, now we come to citizens' expression. Let me pull up the little thing I need to read. I'm sorry, it's been a month since I've been here. Or 2 months, really. Citizens' expression period is a point in the meeting when anyone who wishes to address the board may do so. If you wish to speak, please come to the podium and state your name, where you're from in the county, and or what organization that you represent. The board may or may not respond to anything you say, but we will take everything you say into account in making future decisions. Please keep your comments concise and businesslike. We will have a timer up for everyone. If no one has signed up to speak, we have no particular order. Today, we have Ms. Peggy Tice and Ms. Bobby Powers have both signed up to speak in that order. We ask that you take turns to speak your business. Any action from these comments will be considered after we close citizens' expression. All right, Ms. Tice, if you'd like to go.
Mr. Chairman, Ms. Powers did come to me earlier.
That's fine, Peggy. That's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just wanted to make sure, because you did ask to be first.
I know.
I think Ms. Tice called yesterday.
Yesterday.
Oh,
I
okay.
did.
Okay.
But that's okay. I'm Peggy Tice from Snowflake Road. Good morning.
Good morning.
And I'm here on account of all dirt roads in Scott County. And there's 252 or 253 miles of dirt road. And VDOT has got a job of keeping up the maintenance on that, on that many miles of dirt road to keep it passable for vehicles, for buses, mail, FedEx, and us. And that's all dirt roads in Scott County, not only Snowflake Road. But I will say Snowflake Road right now, it's just got some few really, really bad places, you know, due to the rain where it's washed it out, but they've got a lot to cover. And I'd still like to keep Mr. Kilgore and Pillion to help us get some more money allotted for dirt roads. And I think they could if they had to drive them dirt roads, I think something would be done immediately. And I seen the paper where the Riverside property is getting some attention. And I want to thank the keeper, the guy that's keeping up the Antioch dumpster area up there. He is, you never see nothing on the ground anymore. It is good. And Bill just told me that I believe they get to keep him. And I want to thank Scott County for letting us have the dumpsters to put our trash in. I mean, it's just a big help. And I want to keep Snowflake Road on the 6-year plan, both ends. And I want to thank you all for what all y'all do. And we won't be able to stay because we got other appointments. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas. Ms. Powers?
Good morning, Board. First, I wanted to reach out and thank Sean Grizzle from the Scott County Fire Department. I had encountered a tragedy last month due to my water being disconnected up above me in a line that the county was working on. And Sean offered to bring me water for my farm animals. So I want to give a shout out to him, and I appreciate that very much. I want to recognize his integrity. I would like for the board to identify the Virginia statutes or constitutional provisions that expressly authorize the county or the school board to tax local residents for schooling costs of non-residents, Tennessee kids. Under Dillon's rule, any authority to do so must be expressly or necessarily implied. Without that, the levy may be ultra vires, in other words, beyond one's legal powers or authority. Respectfully, 2213 authorizes education of resident children, and 2215 5.1 only allows non-resident admission if contracts exist to share cost. Unless you can cite a statute expressly authorizing the county to levy local property taxes for the benefit of Tennessee residents, the tax is beyond the scope and under Dillon's rule. Please produce the exact statutory citation, not just a generalized reference. Has the county entered into any formal interlocal or interstate agreement with Tennessee school districts for the state of Tennessee to allow cross-border schooling cost sharing? If yes, please provide a copy. If no, on what legal basis are you obligating local taxpayers to pay for out-of-state children? If no written contract with Tennessee or its local district exists, then the board is admitting non-residents without any lawful cost sharing. That would mean local citizens alone are subsidizing Tennessee children. Please confirm in writing whether such a contract exists. Does the county attorney or outside counsel have a written legal opinion that evaluates whether the board's practice is consistent with Virginia case law regarding Dillon's rules, local taxation limits? If so, will you release it to the public? If not, why has one not been prepared before deposing these charges? If the attorney has reviewed this, then a written opinion should exist. Citizens have a right to know the legal justification for cross-border taxation. If you refuse to release it, that signals either it does not exist or the reasoning is weak. Transparency demands publication. If a future court determines that taxing local citizens for out-of-state students' costs was unlawful or unauthorized, what is your plan for refunds, waivers, or relief for those citizens who already paid? Will you suspend further collection until legal certainty is obtained? You are exposing the county to potential retroactive liability. Courts have required restitution in cases of unlawful levies. A prudent board would at least acknowledge the risk rather than to dismiss it. What is the financial impact on existing taxpayers of this cross-border subsidy? Show us in cost-benefit breakdown how much extra burden falls upon current residents versus the benefit, if any, gained by out-of-state students. Please publish line item figures, total non-resident students, actual per pupil cost, tuition, or reimbursement collected, net subsidy. If With respect to the Riverside development, who owns the property? Is it a private owner or is it the county's property? What performance, bonds, escrow accounts, or clawback provisions have you required from the developer to ensure that cost overruns, infrastructure maintenance, or failed growth do not shift the burden onto local taxpayers? Can I please have an answer to these questions next meeting? Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Ms. Bowers. Anyone else for public expression?
Morning.
Morning.
Thank you this morning for allowing us to come before you.
Can we
My
get
name
you-
is James McDavid. This is Doug Jones. Doug Jones. Both of us live on Summit Road, Route 654. I live on the District 6 side. Doug lives on District 5 side. I have before me a couple of emails that I'd like to present to the board concerning improvements on this road. This first email was sent to Mr. Sumter. It says, we were told in 2022 that the road was fully funded for 2023. There was tree marking for preparation for removal. Since then, the markings have faded. Some of the trees, you don't know whether they've been marked or not. When the 6-year plan was presented to the Scott County Board of Supervisors in May 2018, Horton Summit Road was originally lined up to begin receiving its upgrade after Spurlock Holler, which had been completed months ago now. Like to know if this road is still fully funded. And it appears that we're getting mixed information. Information brought to us that the funding was pulled, but then I believe in another.
I was told yesterday that it was canceled. The fund was canceled.
By who?
That's what we're here for.
Okay. Well, I mean, who told you that? I'm sorry.
A neighbor.
A neighbor. Okay.
Neighbor.
And they were also, during his having to stay at home because of COVID, he was listening to the board over the TV, and I think maybe the statement was made that Horton Summit Road was scheduled for tree removal. You can verify that or not. I mean, that's what he heard on that. Then this latter email, also in response to the previous email that I read to you, said, Route 654, Horton Summit is still on the secondary 6-year plan and will begin some construction in the spring of 2025. Inflationary factors affect several projects in the last 2 years, and this caused some projects to be slightly delayed. VDOT fiscal year is from July 1 to July 30th. And the work was obtained to this work, and the project became fully funded July 1, 2024. This email was sent November the 12th, 2024. And he said, since this has been fully funded, it opens up the opportunity for necessary environmental agency clearance and perform engineering work in preparation for construction. This is underway for Horton Summit, and it is the very next project to be constructed as part of our rural rustic program. We typically do not do little construction during the winter months as stated. We do plan to get the project started in the spring. That was this spring. And it should be completed during the summer months of next year. I apologize for the delay, but I do not foresee any future issue in getting the road built.
So we want to know why has this been delayed?
We will reach out to Mr. Sumter and see. The last time that he was here, I believe that was in August, wasn't it? Yeah, he said, or was it September?
September.
I don't think he was here.
Yeah, I missed that one, sorry.
They marked the trees probably in 23. There's so many trees that was marked to be cut, that those markings is faded out now, you can't even see them, that's been so long. I mean, we're concerned why this has been delayed so much.
I know, and I have received everyone's emails, and there's a number of people that are concerned with that, and I've tried to get...
Are you aware that this has maybe been, the fund has been canceled?
They have not told us that the funding has been canceled, and I don't believe they can cancel the funding without a board vote.
Well, who has the authority to cancel this?
I think it would only be the board, am I correct?
Would the board be the one to have the authority?
Yes. The only reason it would be not under construction is if the state did not allocate funds that year. They would kick it back a year, but I think Horton Summit's on the schedule.
Horton Summit is the next on the
According to
schedule.
this information it is, it should have been done this spring.
Can I get your phone numbers? I'll be glad to follow up on that. I work closely with VDOT.
Mine is 276-431-4147 landline, 276-298-5567.
The cameras on, you're giving your phone number to everybody.
You all,
You're giving your phone number to the TV cameras on.
oh,
I've got it, so I'll contact you.
oh, I'm sorry.
I will tell you that Mr. Sumter watches all the videos of the Board of Supervisors meetings, so he's watching right now. So he's listening to you. So hopefully he can get with Eddie and talk to him, and then Eddie can get back with you guys.
And I believe I've asked multiple times about Horton Summit Road to Mr. Sumter, and he has assured me that it's still in the plan and still going to be constructed. But I understand why y'all are here, because it seems like they've delayed way too long, and there needs to be some sort of explanation for it.
This could have been delayed because of Helene hit, and VDOT had a lot of cleaning up to do. That could have caused part of this.
So in our,
I wish they'd just be honest with us and tell us, why, and if it is still on there, right? Because we haven't had no board action to remove funding or anything like
so
that.
Mr. Skeen, you had reported in our August meeting that it was still on there, so I don't know. You said, I mean, it specifically says that Horton Summit Road work will begin after vegetation restrictions go away, is what. So I don't know if you have any more.
So I don't have anything new on that, but I will have something for you. I'll follow up this week.
That was from August.
Thank you, Tyler. Sorry we didn't have a better answer for you.
Okay.
But I can tell you, the board has not messed with the funding for that road. And as a general rule, we do not mess
That's
with it.
what my concern was. If you all cancel the funds,
No.
Oh, no.
I want to know who voted for it and who didn't.
I understand.
Okay?
Sorry we didn't have a better answer for you, but I can tell you that
Can you have another answer for the next meeting?
yeah.
I would imagine.
I should have
we should
something
have.
for you this week.
Yeah.
I'll contact you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank y'all. We appreciate it.
You got anything
Have just one quick item. On Natural Tunnel Parkway, after you turn off of US 23, going up Natural Tunnel Parkway, right behind the McDonald's restaurant, where the big trucks come in and out, diesel fueling and all, there is some severe road damage there that if you stay on your side, you're out to knock your vehicle out of line because of the potholes that are there, and they've been there for months. That needs to be addressed because it's an issue that shouldn't exist. Surely I believe that VDOT knows about this, but for some reason, it's not being addressed.
Once I get back with you on this other issue, I'll tell you how to to do the work order process on how to report problems. And that puts everything in place. It's documented, and we're getting good results with that. But I'll go over there with you when I talk to you.
Okay, thank you.
Anything you favors?
Anyone else for public expression?
Gary Baker from Boozy Creek. Good to see you back, Chris. Hope you're feeling a lot better.
Yes, sir, much better.
I just wanted to recommend, thank VDOT for taking care of Boover's Chapel Road. They sent a road grader up there and he cleaned out the side ditches, Jigger. And all the tiles, and we had a decoration up there a couple of weeks ago on Sunday for the big cemetery up there, and I guess there's 300-400 cars goes up and down through there, and I'm so glad they got that done. Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate it. And Wilma Blessing, that's 91-year-old, that lives on Grover Cleveland Road next to Weber City School. She's complained about this road forever, but she called me yesterday and said, "Are you going?" I said, "Well, yeah, I might just go down there and aggravate them a while." Anyway, she wants that road looked at, Eddie, and see what they can do for it. It is in bad shape.
They've looked at it a dozen times.
I know,
I've had them up there 4 or 5 times. Okay.
but see if you can get on a little bit, somebody, and see what you can do so that she worries about her property and stuff there, you know how, well, everybody, but try to get, whenever you can, see the 2 ladies that's running for governor to see if they could possibly get VDOT's money reinstated like it was back in the old days, 2009. I think they jerked about back in them days, the funds was small, but I think they jerked about 2.2 billion away from VDOT back in them days. That's why they had to close down so much stuff. You all know how contractors are, and VDOT has a hard time with their contractors. And anyway, try to help them out if you can, and if you see them, talk to them. It ain't gonna hurt them to talk to one of us. That's who votes for them, put them in there. And there was something else, Chris, but I can't think of it right now. Thank you all, appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Baker.
Thank you.
Anybody else for public expression?
I'm Gary Mangy. I live out in the Stanley Town, Rock Cove area. Mr. Mace, I really want to thank the board. Understand I'm not here complaining. My daughter, she applied for the county administrator job. And the problem I got is, I'm really glad she didn't get the job. Understand that. But the problem I got with is that you guys didn't even give her an interview. Didn't even give her an interview. She's got a master's degree in business. She's got specialized in accounting. And you guys decided to throw the vote to Mr. Diggins over here. What makes him so uniquely qualified? What's his education? I didn't expect an answer. I'll give it to you. He went to Lincoln Memorial University for wildlife, fish, and wetland science and management. So what makes him qualified? Well, I see it, he's really not even qualified to run a trash truck. Mr. Wilson, you're the new county administrator.
Yes, sir.
Are you overwhelmed or incompetent that you need an assistant? Or are we just giving money to our friends?
Well, I will say, I'll answer, Mr. Dingus is an asset to the community, asset to the county, and his service through the years is greatly appreciated, I believe, with the whole board, and certainly he's appreciated with me.
Right.
in my time here.
So you can't ask, well, you actually need the help.
I think that what he does as Public Works Director and Assistant County Administrator is needed.
Well, all I gotta say is, you know, I don't get home very often. I only get home maybe 3 times out of the year. But I do watch the meetings on YouTube. And I always hear about raising taxes, raising taxes, raising taxes. Why don't we reverse that? Why don't we look at ways of cutting expenses? I mean, what we got in this county? You don't have no jobs. You don't have any good places to go eat. You don't have any miles. If you want a new car, you gotta go someplace else to buy it. What do you got to offer this county for the taxes we charge you? That's all I got, guys. Have a good day.
Thanks, Sam. Anyone else for public expression? Going twice. We'll close citizens' expression. Is there any actions or comments coming out of that?
I do have a couple of comments. Ms. Powers just spoke on several issues quite extensively, and I don't expect the board to have a comment today, but I think the next meeting would be appropriate. I think that's what she's asked for. But you might need to get her to submit her list, because it's pretty detailed.
Right.
If that is okay.
We do have a contact number for her?
I don't, but I'm sure we can get it. And she had a couple things for EDA, and I think Mr. Kilgore's going to be here later. Maybe he can address a couple of those items at that time. That's all I have.
All right, anybody else? Any other actions that we need to take? Besides asking Mr. Horton about, or Mr. Horton, Mr. Sumter about Horton Summit Road.
I will be addressing that with him.
All right.
I'll keep you posted on it.
Okay. All right, moving on. Number 7, public hearings. Public hearing on possible adoption of an ordinance to amend and reenact in its entirety the Scott County Public Procurement Ordinance to reflect the law as it now reads in Title 2.2, Chapters 43 and 43.1 of the Code of Virginia. I have to have public comment for this, correct? Is there anyone here for public comment for this subsection? Or this adoption ordinance? All right, we'll close public expression on that then. Are there any comments from the supervisors or questions? There's a few things changed in there. No comments or questions? Do I have a motion to approve that then?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, Stephanie motions and Michelle seconds. Everybody vote by way of saying aye. Opposed? All right, motion carries. We will move on to number 8, unfinished business. Mr. Austin Sachs with Davenport. If you would like to come on up.
Good morning, Chair, members of the board. We'll be brief here. If you recall, just as an introduction, Austin Sachs with Davenport. We are the county's financial advisor. If y'all recall, I was here about a month ago presenting the direct bank loan RFP results to secure financing for a series of school capital projects. It was our recommendation to move forward with Capital One, given their favorable interest rate that was fixed for the 20-year term, as well as flexible prepayment provisions. And so y'all made a motion to move forward, and we've been going forward with that process. And we're here today for the formal approval of the financing from this board, and that's via a resolution that should be in your agenda packet. Just for your information, what that resolution is really doing, it's giving approval to move forward, and it's setting out the parameters for the loan, which means a max borrowing amount, a max interest rate, a max term of the loan, and it's also giving authority to the appropriate elected officials and county representatives to execute and sign the loan draft document, or the final documents, once those are finalized. The resolution also has a series of attachments, which are the drafts of those financing documents prepared by your bond counsel. And so that approval will be the last action necessary for this board. We'll also have a couple more actions by the EDA and the school board for this financing. And we're looking to close by the end of the month, which is when funds will be available. And so with that, I'm happy to answer any questions regarding the resolution. It's prepared by your bond counsel, Sands Anderson, but can definitely do my best to address any questions. Can definitely answer any questions on the financing. But otherwise, appreciate the opportunity to speak.
Any questions from any of the board members?
I'll say, Mr. Chairman, we will need a roll call vote.
Okay.
Yes.
Any questions? Do we want to take a roll call vote on a resolution of the Board of Supervisors for Capital One public funding? That is in your packet. Have y'all had a chance to read over that, understand?
Motion and a second.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll
Stephanie?
second it.
Michelle, seconds. All right, roll call vote, please.
Starting.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
Darrell Jeter, District 1.
Yes.
Michelle Glover, District 2.
Yes.
Eddie Skeen, District 3.
No.
Michael Bricky, District 4.
Yes.
Danny Castile, District 5.
No.
Chris Manis, District 6.
Yes.
Stephanie Addington, at large.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, it's passed.
All right, pass 5-2. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I do have a comment in regards to this.
Why didn't you make it before the vote?
Well,
I'm sorry.
so you don't want me to speak?
No, I do. I'll let you speak, but
I didn't want to talk that up. So I was provided with some data recently, within the last month, on the student enrollment. And the total student enrollment went up 86 in Scott County. And that included 32 Tennessee students. So Tennessee now represents 13.86% of the total enrollment in Scott County. The two schools that he presented, Weber City is 32% Tennessee, and Yuma is 35%. Those both have growth. And
I'm sorry, what percentage was that of total Tennessee students?
13.86 is countywide.
And how did you arrive at that number?
There's a total of 3,268 students, 453 Tennessee.
I mean, how did you count the Tennessee students?
Count that count.
Yeah. How
Mr. Ferguson provided that information.
Okay, Mr. Ferguson provided
Yes.
that information. Okay. So he's the one doing the count.
Yes,
Okay. I just want to make sure we knew where the numbers were coming.
that's a good question. That's all I have.
All right. All right, thank you. And moving on to new business, memorandum of understanding, relocation of Virginia Cooperative Extension Office.
Yes, I think everybody has that MOU in your packet as well. Hopefully you had a chance to review it. We've been working with Extension and Soil and Water to try to get Extension moved up to that space that's up there with them. We think that would be a good move to have them under the same roof. I know Mr. Jeter was helping with that as well, and we appreciate that. And we've Soil and Water has voted on this and approved it to lease the space to us for no monetary rent, just maintenance, upkeep. So I think, as far as an ongoing cost, we're already paying utilities and stuff at the current Extension office. So it wouldn't really, hopefully it wouldn't cost us all that much more. And it would be a more conducive work environment, I think, for both agencies. So we we would just need a motion to approve this MOU. If anybody,
I mean,
unless anybody has questions.
that's safely county money. All about that. Sorry. Do I have a motion to approve this MOU?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second? Michelle motions, Darrell seconds. Everybody vote by way of saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Bookkeeping items, Ms. Vickers.
Please appropriate $1,102.50 to Sheriff's Department payroll other 1,000-31200-401108 and $84.35 to FICA 402100 for a reimbursement received and deposited Treasurer's Office.
Do I have a motion to make those transactions?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, Darrell makes the motion, Michelle seconds. All vote in favor by way of saying aye. Opposed? All right, motion carries. All right. Appointments.
You have one appointment to the Art of Appalachia. The tourism director has made 2 recommendations for you to consider. Josh Wilson and Eddie Skeen.
Okay. All right, Josh Wilson, our county administrator, and Mr. Skeen.
I'll nominate Josh Wilson for this position.
Okay.
I'll nominate Eddie Skins.
Do I have I guess I need a vote by hands for each. Okay. All right. All those in, do we want to have any discussion beforehand?
Well, what's the effective date?
I believe their next meeting is in December. They meet quarterly. But as far as effective date, I believe as soon as the board would vote on member, I could get that sent over to them. Because right now, so the way this works is the county is to have 2 representatives on that board. One is an automatic, it's our tourism director, Brittany Robertson is serving on the board, it's a voting member. And then the way she is to make a recommendation on the second member, voting member of that, which then comes in front of the board, which is what we're doing. The lady that was serving on the board has taken a position with the Heart of Appalachia, and so therefore she cannot serve on the board in a voting capacity anymore.
Sorry, Josh, I don't mean to interrupt you. The lady that was serving, Jennifer Pike?
Yes,
okay.
Correct. Has taken a position with the Heart of Appalachia, and therefore she could remain on the board, it's my understanding, as a non-voting member, but we have a position, a voting member seat to fill. So that's how this is opened up.
Okay. And she lost her ability to vote because she took a contract with them?
Yes, I believe as a lobbyist.
And that's part of their bylaws, though.
Correct.
She cannot.
I believe she will remain on the board as a non-voting member. That's per their bylaws, the board of the Heart of Appalachia can appoint her to that. So, we wouldn't have anything to do with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's just odd because I remember us making the appointment for her. And, anyways, I believe you had something to say.
Mr. Wilson, are you sure she's still on that board? I mean, in Richmond, that what I'm trying to say. Where'd you say she is working at now and she couldn't vote at?
I believe she's working in a lobbying capacity with Heart of Appalachia.
Okay, I didn't know if she's still working or she quit or whatever, but I was heard that she wasn't working for them now. So I don't know if that's true or false.
As of, was this last week or the week before. We all run together. She is still on the Heart of Appalachia board as a non-voting member. Yes.
Yeah, but we lose part of our pool by not having two members.
Right. As we sit right now, we have one voting member representing Scott County on that board.
Okay.
Like a views on that board, would that be a conflict of interest where you're the county supervisor here in the county? I mean,
no, there wouldn't be.
administrator?
There wouldn't be a conflict, no.
Okay.
And I don't think there's a conflict where Eddie
Either
owns
one.
Or either one?
Yeah, Airbnb and has the, aren't you the president of the Airbnb Association or something? Or you got that started?
I helped organize the group.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't want.
That's fine.
We're trying to give you more
We don't have a
responsibility.
formal organization, but we got together trying to develop something down the road.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm giving Eddie new jobs over here. Okay. All right. Do either you want to make the case for membership or just?
Okay. I've been previously on the tourism committee several years. The Bounty Trail, I'm a member of that. I've attended several of the events at Meadowview. Do have Airbnb locations to help organize informally the lodging group. I've been involved with the horse park, with working with EDA and developing that extra property there. Then several years that I've been doing this. It's not something that just happened.
I think everybody is pretty well aware that you've been big into tourism. That's good. Have you served on any type of like regional board for tourism, or would this be your first foray into that?
This would be the first.
Okay.
Yeah, I was on the tourism committee.
Right.
Here. Yeah.
Just briefly, when this came to my attention that we were down a voting member, I've talked to several people and talked with Brittany, and I think this is a good opportunity for us to really capitalize on the tourism for Scott County, working together, working on this board. And not necessarily just the Heart of Appalachia board, but to connect some of the other organizations that we're a part of and we see and work with on a day-to-day basis. Just kind of growing our network of people that we interact with. I know, there's definitely invaluable resources that we can bring to the county by a lot of the different boards and conferences and conversations that we have just throughout the weeks and the months. This is Brittany and myself both, that we can bring to both Heart of Appalachia and then ultimately back to Scott County to benefit us. As we all know, Scott County has a rich resource of tourism and opportunities to grow other areas of our county through tourism. And it's something that's very exciting. I know either way, I'm excited to work on.
Mr. Chairman, can I add one thing?
Yes, sir.
I have advocated for tourism budgeting for the last 2 years. But this board has taken a different direction. And that is cutting the budgets of Heart of Appalachia, Spearhead Trails, part-time tourism director. So I have been one that has been out front in trying to promote tourism. All the counties around us are doing the same, but Scott County is not. That's not to say that you wouldn't, but as a board, I think it is downplaying tourism, and I've tried to play it up by advocating for increased budget. That's all I have.
All right, you're saying Brittany's not doing a good job?
No, she's excellent.
Okay.
I'm real sad. I think she needs to be full-time is what I'm saying.
I got you. I was going to say, because I've seen more of Scott County online than I have any other time in my life. That's great. I think I see it more than Wise County at this point, which, you know, wasn't the case a few years ago. But that might just be because I noticed the people.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I agree with you, it's important.
Chris, I'd like to say that since she's took over, you see a lot more things going on everywhere. The things that she's put on TV, the businesses we've got, I could say the Redstone has really picked up since that. Tourism, I go to Natural Tunnel a lot. And I will say 1 out of every 4 cars is out of state. Georgia, Alabama, not just Tennessee cars. That's, I would not believe it till I start checking it and seeing it. But tourism seemed like last year we cut the budget on that. Can you remember, Eddie, how much they cut it from?
I can't remember the number.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, the board did. And tourism, and go up there at the Devil's Bathtub. You can't find a place to park. They're parked in the road and everything. And I mean, there's another thing that we've got in the county. We're very fortunate to have Natural Tunnel and Devil's Bathtub and even High Knob area.
Carter Fold.
And Carter Fold, yes. But I think that's something that we're lucky to have the 2 rivers in the same county too. And I mean, tourism seems like one of the better things we've got in this county that a lot of counties don't have.
She's making it work.
And like everybody, I remember years ago when the horse park come about everybody on the board, I won't say all, but I'll say one. She said over her dead body that they never put a horse park in that field. Well, it's there, that's all I'm saying. It's probably the best thing besides the plank that was in Dungannon. I'd say that's the second best thing Dungannon's ever had.
There's always a crowd there when they're having an event.
I always see the horse trailers.
Yeah, I think them trails. I was
All right.
back on.
Yeah, I don't want to belabor the discussion. I just wanted to make sure that we understood the advantages to either one. You know, Mr. Skeen has been working in tourism on that, and you know, owns several Airbnbs that he uses for tourism. So he, you know, would be a decent choice. I think Josh also would be a decent choice. This would allow him to grow his network, and it might actually allow us to shorten the path from heart of Appalachia to the county. I think that might be interesting. You know, on the other hand, I think Eddie would be fully dedicated to it, and he would be able to dig in and really come away with some good stuff. So there is advantages to both. I don't want either of you to feel like you didn't get fair representation here. I wanted to make sure we paused and took time to do that. So we have a nomination for Eddie. All in favor?
I guess hands for Josh. He was the first one nominated, and then for Eddie.
All right, show of hands for Josh then. All right, 4 for Josh, and show of hands for Eddie. All right, 3 for Eddie. Looks like Josh will get it. Well, I guess Eddie, you should have abstained from that one.
No, he doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure we do everything by the books, folks. Because I'm sure I'll hear about it if we don't. Yeah, Sally will have my items. But anyway, all right. So that do will appoint Mr. Wilson As the representative to Heart of Appalachia, Mr. Wilson, we'll expect big things from you.
Absolutely, thank you.
All right, next item is the county attorney's report.
I don't have anything today. You all have my report in your packets. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for getting us up to date on the public procurement ordinance. There was a lot of things that were missing, it seemed like.
Well, it's just updates from this year's General Assembly.
Yeah.
None of them will affect us very much, but we're at least in compliance.
Thank you. Well,
Thank
I
you for
appreciate
always
it.
making sure we're in compliance.
All right, Mr. Wilson, County Administrator's report. Let's go.
Yes, if everybody, hopefully you had a chance to look at your green sheets there and print it out in your packet. We have a general fund balance of $7,917,611.01. See how that compares to previous years. We had an early set claims for the month of $855,900 or $855,192.27, and total claims for the month of $1,068,545.37. Mr. Chairman, I just need a motion to pay the bills.
All right, do I have a motion that we should pay the bills?
I'll make the motion.
All right, Michelle makes the motion. I think Jeter beat you to it. And Jeter seconds.
I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have to turn your head this way.
I'm sorry. I'll beat you next time. I'll look at you.
I'll tell you, I don't mind to get beat by a senior citizen.
Oh, Lord.
You don't burn your state.
There ain't much difference, sir.
All right.
You need a minute.
Everybody vote by way of saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Thank you all.
Okay, on miscellaneous here, I guess first of all, I wanted to call on Mr. Dingus and give us an update on where we're at with recycling. I think he's got an exciting update for us.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Good morning, Board. As you know, we signed an MOU with Sullivan County 2-3 months ago that would enable us to take our recycled material to Sullivan County in Bluntville. In the interim, we've been working, Scott Services has been helping us refurbish our old recycle bins. And they have several of them that's been repainted, and we're ready to deploy. So what we're looking at, we have 14 sites in the county, but we're going to try to deploy to 7 of them initially, and get back into the logistics of getting those bins, because as you know, our guys are doing all they can to keep up with junk boxes and the metal box and all that. So we're going to ease into it, but your citizens will be able to start recycling hopefully by the end of the week or the next week as we deploy those out. The sites we're looking at are most visited sites, or they were picked just because of their location in the county. It's going to be Duffield, Daniel Boone, Yuma, Nicholsville, Hilton's, Antioch, and Fort Blackmore. So, we'll try to reach on out to Dungannon, but hopefully the people in Dungannon can utilize the Fort Blackmore, and also the people in Allen Valley and things like that. We'll also have a bin at the transfer station that people can come and put their paper and plastic in those bins. The bins that we're deploying, the roll-off bins, are for paper and plastic. As we go along and we get further into it, we will start including our cardboard pickup, which that's a different logistics. That takes a packer truck, and our aluminum pickup, which also takes a packer truck. Hopefully, these bins will reduce the demand on the green boxes inside. It's a different type of truck. You know, I've talked to you about capacity at a site is based on more of how many dumpsters are at a site, but it's based more on the truck's capacity. Well, this is a different style truck that's picking up this other material. So it does increase our capacity. And hopefully people will, you know, we have the issue where we have the sites open all the time and only 24 hours of labor to man the sites. So it's going to be up to our citizens to follow the rules and recycle. We can't take dirty recyclable material to Bluntville. So if we get continued contaminated loads, we're going to have to stop or only put them at a site that's manned while they're there. So hopefully that won't be a problem. But, and people seem to want this. I've been asked about recycling ever since the China Shield thing happened. It just pretty much mixed recycling throughout the whole country in 2019, I think.
Do you think it'll be profitable field by the recycling?
Profitable?
Yeah.
It will divert waste that we have to take to the landfill and pay the tipping fee, which is about total $50 a ton or so. It will divert that. Now, as far as at the end of the day budget, probably not. I mean, you're going to break even at best.
Really, I've been there to the landfill, used to deliver, I think, 7 loads a day with them dump trucks. And if you've been there, you really don't understand, or you wouldn't think it, but plastic is in that. And you see them scraping and packing and packing. But you really wouldn't believe the plastic you really see in them. Yeah. It's really a lot more than I would have considered.
There's going to be benefits. Like I said, the capacity of sites would be huge. That means if people recycle material, green dumpsters may be available more often until the packer trucks come, which is a benefit to the citizens.
Yeah.
As far as a tangible monetary amount at the end of the year, that is to be told. You know, I might be able to compare numbers after a certain time. You know, it's what we want to do, I think, as a society.
Yes.
It's the thing to do. It's a responsible thing to do. I've had a lot of people that want that. You know, the people that have moved in from metropolitan areas are used to that, and they're asking about it. So.
No, you need to go to Florida where you can't dig a hole, and you need to see they make a mountain with trash. Now, I mean, you travel all over Florida like I have with a truck, and birds that you can't believe coming in there, and you really wouldn't think seagulls is in Bristol or Bluntville, but there are thousands of them up there coming that far inland to there. Now, till you've been there and seen it, it's really unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haul trash at 14 sites 6 days a week, and if one of our trucks are down for a day, and we don't get the Duffield, it's full and running over and has to close, or Nicholsville, or any of it. It's amazing how much trash we do.
Is them gonna be on a roll off time?
These will be roll off. Now, if you want to look at them, we have them up at the landfill in the field where they've been painting. Scott Services, did the painting for us, did a good job on it, we appreciate that.
When you place the roll-offs, will you have to pull any of the other bins out?
No, we shouldn't. We have plenty of room at, most of those sites. Some of them, we might have to look around a little bit and see how to do that, but no, we should have a place to put them. We had them out before. We had, these bins in the sites before, the bottom fell out of recycling. We just staged them up at the, landfill property until this opportunity came about. Now, we've been looking, I've been working with the regional solid waste group for 5 years now. And we have looked and visited sites, like Hatfield from Wise County, and people from every county up to Smith is in that group. And this is really the first opportunity that's presented itself that it's feasible. We could have always taken it to Knoxville, but that's not feasible.
I did have 2 or 3 other things, but not on this particular topic. That's all Mr. Dingus is here.
We won't do that now. Sure. Okay.
I noticed coming down today in Taylor County, looks like maybe a new business getting started. They pick up trucks with the manufactured collection thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about that?
I do. They came in and we have a hauler's permit. They applied for a hauler's permit. It's like $100 a year that if you're hauling trash in the county that we require. I think it's based out of Washington County. They're providing household pickup to people. I think also there's a couple of local people that has partnered with them. I don't know the complete logistics of it, but I've seen their advertisement that they're offering household pickup. That will make 2 of them in the county, including Clinch River trash, which I hope to get every house in the county. And that would be a great benefit to everybody.
The other thing I was going to cover later in the meeting, but since you're here, we at an earlier meeting we discussed the debit card for tipping fees at the landfill. Is there anything? Use of credit cards instead of cash. Have you looked into any of that? Or?
Right, 2 or 3 months ago or something.
Yeah, we talked about that briefly, but I'll have to follow back up. I know we've talked. There's a fee, like a 3% or 5% fee. We've talked about that. I think where that discussion went after that meeting, we talked about it briefly. But, this discussion always go, well, if we do it there, do we want to do with the building official and, other places that we might, or at the animal shelter. So it gets into a bigger discussion. But yeah, that, I understand the need of the transfer station, especially people usually don't have the cash, and it'd be great to be able to swap a debit card if you need to. We'll roll back around to that.
There was convictions recently, which seems like to be increasing for litter control violations. And is there any way that we could advertise? I don't think that's being put in the paper. Is there any way to list that in the paper to let people know that if you violate our policies, you will be convicted?
Maybe like a number of violations. We don't want to do names.
Well, yeah, they're misdemeanors for the most part. I know the sheriff's office does their convicted thing and something like that. I don't know. We want to be consistent if you do something like that. We can give you all a report, either quarterly or it's a little tough. Everything don't happen and get done in a month on those convictions. It's usually pretty timely. There's an investigation, there's a charge, there's a scheduling of court, there's all that. So, maybe a quarterly report that, Mr. Wilson could do during his time to let people know. Would that be?
Yeah, I think it would be helpful.
Okay.
As a deterrent.
Mhm.
And along those lines, we want to have a little more discussion, I think, on the tag readers, on how that worked. Not necessarily identifying the locations at this point, but just how it works.
Right.
Let the public know that you're being watched. Violations will be prosecuted.
They've been beneficial, you know, with the old cameras, we could see something happen, like in the site, but it's tough to identify. Now, if we see something happen, we're looking at, we're not watching the cameras and like, oh yeah, that, you know, John Doe's doing this. We get a tip that something has happened, so we can go back in the cameras, view that this person done this or whatever. And then, we can look at the tag reader, and as it comes in, we can identify, that person. And I know that, Liver Control has made some, at least gave some summons based on that. And, I have to look into prosecutions, but, and then we have them, you know, we have them at 5 sites. So, we don't have them at all of them, so it would be advantageous if we did.
But once you identify a person's tag, can you will it do a search and give you a printout of all the times that person has been at each site of those locations that have tag readers?
Yes, I'm not the best person to talk about that. Matt could explain that better, but it will. We have the permits that we give to like Tennessee residents in a database, and it can look for that tag in the database and confirm that, you know, they have a permit. But also, you mentioned, say we have somebody that's scavenging. We get a tip and we go and they're scavenging at 1 a.m. We can look at the camera, identify that tag, then we can look at the database and see where that tag has been for the last month. So you can go back and look and see what they did in that site,
You don't have
it helps build the case.
You don't have to manually go through and look at 100,000 photos. It will pull up.
Not anymore. Yeah, it's a whole lot better camera system. You used to, it was like, you know, if somebody gave me a time frame, I could look at it, but it would take a while to actually see it occur. But these, one thing they do is they indicate that there's activity. So if somebody just comes in and throws a trash away, it'll like redline that time. So when it's not redlined, you don't have to look at it. And then the tag readers keeps it in a database.
It's a very powerful tool, and I have talked to Mr. Bright, and he's offered, I don't know, you know, those of you that are on the solid waste committee, he would be more than willing to do a demonstration, and then also those of you that aren't, you know, stop by. He'd be more than happy to kind of show you how it works. But yeah, it's a powerful tool. You know, the tags, it'll keep that, you know, if you find one tag, it'll run that number and show you every time that tag was in and out. Yeah, and it'll show whether or not they've applied for a permit or anything. I mean, you can search by a color or a make of a vehicle. I mean, it's very powerful.
Right.
We're lucky to have it.
That's really cool.
We still have the issues of being open 130 hours a week with 24 hours budgeted to man. I'll always say that when I can. You know, if you want to stop most of the issues, like scavenging, stealing metal, illegal dumping, have a man when they're open. Maybe close them at night and have a man when they're open. Otherwise, it's inevitable that you're going to have issues from time to time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
got a few other things here. I do want to circle back and highlight, we had talked about Brittany and the work she's done, and she's certainly done great work. She put together the first Makers and Growers Festival was this past Friday and Saturday. It was a huge success. She has already said that she's making preparations to do it again next year. And even looking to grow, I think, the vendors. So, I want to thank her for her hard work to put that together. It was a great thing for the county. Thank all the vendors that showed up, and thank the Career and Tech for allowing, us to use that space. And I think also the church, it may have spilled over there, so thank you to them. And I think that's a great partnership with the school system to do that, so. That's great. Mr. France will probably touch on it. I just had it in my notes here that the lawnmower was delivered to Keith Memorial Park, so that's good. They have a new mower to work with there. And also the roof on the amphitheater was redone and fixed. And also the storage shed roof has been replaced. Many of you maybe saw on Facebook the Man Farms post about their donated proceeds from September 20th, but I just wanted to highlight that. That was a great thing that they did. All the proceeds from that day, they split evenly amongst Port Blackmore Center of Excellence, Scott County Hope House, and Scott County DSS. And the total proceeds from that day that was split was $12,800. So kudos to them, and thank you for all that they do. A little bit of unfinished business at our last meeting. Was that maybe last meeting or one of the previous ones? We had voted on a voting member for the VACO conference. I did get voting credentials form this week, and we just need to also vote for an alternate delegate. So I would assume if
I'll nominate Stephanie.
Yeah.
Let's see, I guess I'll vote that, or I'll say that nomination cease, and we vote by acclamation. Yeah, I think we did that right. Everybody in favor, vote by way of saying
You
aye.
need a second for that motion.
Oh, do I have a second?
I'll say.
Jeter second. Oh, actually, Danny, you want a second?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay. Danny was second. There we go. All right, okay, with myself moving and then Danny seconding, everybody vote by way of saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
What are your objectives for that meeting?
For the VACO conference?
Yes.
Well, we're certainly, to see what everybody, I mean, I've never been to one, so I don't know how these things go. But, I know it's always a good thing to go to these to see what's going on in the rest of the state, see what other counties are doing, get some ideas, and also advocate for, what we have going on here and showcase how great Scott County is.
Yeah, so one of the things I will say, I did have a presentation coming out of that last year, and I would appreciate if any of our the two board supervisor members that are going, if y'all want to collaborate and have a presentation for the rest of the board, I would really appreciate that. That I felt like that was a good touch, because a lot of people see that you're going to a big meeting out of town and they don't know exactly what's going on up there or what we can gain from there. I will say some tangible things that we did gain is we gained some good contacts for housing construction, and I think that is coming to fruition with things that are going on through the EEA. That's where they met the folks that are advising them on all their grant proposals and stuff like that. So, and there have been some counties that are very successful in that and have very successful programs. I would just like to say, from my perspective, both on housing and tourism and industry, if any of y'all can do anything for that while you're up there, if you can find anything for that, I'd appreciate that. I know there's a lot of vendors. I talked to a bunch of folks last time. I tried to sweet talk Verizon because they had a booth there into putting up more towers, but that's a dead end there. But you know, there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of people that are up there. So make the most out of it. Talk to everybody. Everybody's got something interesting, either to sell you or to tell you. So, so sorry, I didn't mean
That's good. I remember your presentation.
Yeah,
Very good.
So I had touched on at the last meeting that there's going to be some funding out there for disaster relief. That stuff has started to open up. Applications have opened. I've been at a couple different meetings on this. The governor is definitely pushing and opening up funds. It's a great thing to hopefully be able to get some people some relief. Anything, I will say there's kind of two general buckets. Anything with like housing as far as being displaced from your home, which we had a list of folks that we've already have those in motion, those applications. That kind of side of it's going to run through Lenowisco. Anybody that has anything that wants to reach out can still certainly reach out to us, and we can help them with that. We'll be working with Lenowisco to get those applications completed. And then also on the farm recovery block grant, you know, that's crop loss, timber loss, you know, anything like that. I know Extension Office is kind of taking the lead on that. But again, if you have anything, you can feel free to reach out to me, and we can get you pointed in the right direction. It's an exciting thing. It's a much needed pool of money that you know, hopefully can get us recovered from that.
I don't think you mentioned on the Virginia block grant. That runs through November 6th. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Correct.
When will the Extension Office be relocating?
Well, we're hoping to. There's going to be a few things that we need to prepare for them up at the Soil and Water Building, but I would imagine we'll start the process. They can start packing up ASAP.
But for this, they probably still need to go to Daniel Bay.
Yes, I would say for right now. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. I want to highlight an announcement I went to with Project Intersection. They had the ribbon cutting for the new wrap facility. Big deal. That's just remind everybody that's a RIFA site that the county will be gaining some revenue from, and we are expecting revenue to start flowing from that Project Intersection to us here very soon. So that's exciting. Exciting deal for the whole region. And then also been working with Mr. Kilgore on a lot of things here recently with EDA, and he'll highlight those here soon. Believe that's all I've got.
All right, thank you, Mr. Wilson. Before we go into the county department's report, we'll take a short break for, let's say, 12 minutes.